at the location where Breasia was killed?
Yes.
You saw your dad shoot Breasia Terrell?
Yes.
What you are about to see is the interrogation of Henry Dinkins, a 47-year-old man who reported his ex-girlfriend's daughter missing on the morning of July 10th, 2020. The girl's name was Breasia Terrell. She was 10 years old. Henry sat in that interview room, claiming he had no idea what happened. He said he drove around the city all night looking for her. He said he was confused. He said he was scared. But detectives already sensed something was wrong. He couldn't remember his own address. He couldn't remember his own phone number. And when they asked about his car, the car he claimed to have searched the city in, he refused to say where it was. What follows is a chain of lies, evasions, and silence, and the investigation that tore every single one of them apart. July 9th, 2020, Davenport, Iowa, a city of just over 100,000 people sitting on the banks of the Mississippi River. It's the middle of summer and the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. Aisha Langford is a working mother with 3 children. Her youngest, an 8-year-old boy named Victorious, but everyone calls him Lil Dink, is the biological son of Henry Dinkins. Breasia Terrell, Aisha's 10-year-old daughter, is not Henry's child, but Henry raised her since she was a baby. He called her his own. On this particular day, Henry picks up both kids. He takes them to his cousin Vince's house, where they play with other children for several hours. Then he brings them to an apartment on the north side of Davenport, unit number 8 at 2744, belonging to his girlfriend Andrea Culberson. This is the first time either child has ever spent the night at this apartment. The kids shower, play video games, and go to bed together in Andrea's room. Henry and Andrea settle into the living room. By morning, Breasia is gone.
And Henry lives here?
Yeah, I guess so. This is where he told me to come.
Okay.
He don't even know how long she's even been gone.
Yeah.
Aisha called 911 at approximately 9:30 that morning. She had been at work when Henry texted her that Breasia was missing. At first, she thought he was joking. He wasn't. By the time the officer arrives at Andrea's apartment, the tension between Aisha and Henry is already boiling over.
Your date of birth, Henry?
August 2nd, 72.
Is this your home address?
No.
What's your address?
It's down by Ralston Carino.
Just a guy, just...
Yeah, I just know that.
You don't know your
I
address?
don't know the full address.
Do you know your phone number?
Hell no, I don't even know that either. I swear to God, I don't.
Henry, you don't know where your daughter is, you don't know your address, and you don't know your phone number.
No, for real. I'm finna give it to you now.
Pay attention to this moment. A 10-year-old girl is missing, and the man responsible for her is standing in front of police, unable to provide the most basic information about himself. No address, no phone number, no photo of Breasia on his phone. He can't even say what color shorts she was wearing. Aisha is frantic. She's already called family. Her mother is on the way. People are already out searching. Henry is not frantic. He is calm. And detectives will remember that.
Yeah.
So how long ago has it been, an hour?
It's been a couple hours.
Couple hours?
Couple hours.
Okay.
Couple hours.
Have we called grandmas? Have we called cousins?
That's what I just asked. She the one, I don't know all that. She knows all that.
She called my grandma already.
She
Okay.
knows all that, not me.
Okay.
It's been hours, and Henry has not called 911. He hasn't knocked on a single door. He hasn't asked a single neighbor if they've seen Breasia. He says he drove around looking, but when asked where, he can't name a single street, a single business, a single person he spoke to. A couple of hours have passed since he claims to have discovered Breasia was gone. And the only reason police are here at all is because Aisha made the call.
She would have never. She would have never. First of all, she would have never woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and she would have never.
What you mean? 8 o'clock in the morning?
I'm just saying.
That ain't what I said. I never
I know
said.
you
Guys,
didn't say that.
this isn't the time to fight.
Exactly. I don't give a about you walking. You lost her though.
How did you lose?
Because you was watching her, Henry. What do you mean?
But hey,
I'm gone, sir. Come on, D.
listen to me.
I'm gone.
Well, you guys gotta come together right now. This isn't a time to fight about it. Okay?
There it is, the moment the frustration boils over. Aisha is screaming that Henry was responsible. Henry is threatening to leave. The officer is trying to hold the situation together. But watch Henry's reaction here. A child he claims to love like his own daughter is missing. And his instinct is not to comfort the mother, not to cooperate with police, not to search harder. His instinct is to walk away.
She gonna open the door, man. She's gonna open.
Hi there. Are you Andrea?
Yeah.
Okay, Andrea. Do you mind if I just come in and take a quick look? I'm not concerned about anything else. I just want to come in because probably 50% of the time we still find them inside the place.
The officer asks to search Andrea's apartment, and here's a small but telling detail. Andrea hesitates before opening the door. It's a brief pause, barely a second. But for the detectives standing outside, it registers. They search the apartment, every room, every closet. Breasia is not inside. By the time the search is finished, Henry has disappeared. He left while the officers were inside. When he later shows up at the police station, the detectives notice something. He's wearing the same clothes, but different boots. He changed his shoes. That detail will haunt this investigation, because where Henry Dinkins went that night and what he did there left his original shoes caked in mud from a wooded area 20 miles outside of Davenport. Henry Dinkins arrives at the Davenport police station just before noon. He comes voluntarily, and he'll make sure the detectives know that, but he doesn't bring the car. The maroon Chevy Impala he's been driving all night, the car he claims to have searched the city in, is parked somewhere nearby, not in the station lot, somewhere around. He walked the last block on foot. The detectives sit him down in an interview room, and for the next hour, they let him talk.
Henry? Hey, what's up?
I'm glad you're able to make it down.
I was gonna come down, man.
It just makes it easier. We just can make contact with you right away.
But I was right there with the officer when he called.
Yeah, but then you left.
Because she left, and
Who left?
Aisha,
Oh.
and it made me mad because she was, basically blaming it all on me.
Listen to his very first words. Not "have you found her?" Not "what's happening with the search?" His opening concern is that Aisha is blaming him. This is the beginning of the free narrative, a classic interrogation technique where detectives let the suspect talk without interruption. The goal is simple: give them enough rope to hang themselves. Liars cannot maintain a fabricated story. The more they talk, the more inconsistencies surface, the more details they can't keep straight. The detectives know this, so they start with the basics.
First, let's just start with your.
My name?
Yeah.
Henry Dinkins.
Henry?
Yes, sir.
And then can you spell your last name for me?
Dinkins.
I'm gonna quiet this so you don't have to. We don't have to get distracted here. There we go. Middle initial.
E.
Date of birth.
August 2nd, 72.
Good phone number for you.
I don't know the number part. It's out there, but I don't
Okay. And then the address is your address up there,
No,
or
no. I live in my mobile.
and where's that?
I don't know the address. I just know it's right there by.
He doesn't know his own address. He doesn't know his own phone number. This is the second time today, the first was with the officer on the body cam, that Henry cannot provide the most basic information about himself. He eventually describes his mobile home as all white, parked off Schmidt Road near something called Kings Highway, but no street number, no lot number, for a place he says he lives. The detective moves on. He's not confronting yet. He's cataloging.
And you are currently dating.
I mean, she's like a close friend.
Okay.
But we close. You know what I'm saying?
How long you guys been friends for?
A few years.
A few years.
Yes, sir.
And what's her name?
Andrea Culberson.
And did you drive her car here, or
I'm gonna leave that blank.
what do you mean? Well,
I mean,
I get it.
Yeah.
I kind of get what you're going at, but is her car parked out front?
No.
No. Where's her Impala at?
Her and Paula's with my homie right now, so
Where at?
they moving around in it.
Who's moving around in it?
My homies.
Who's that?
Lil Vince.
What's his real name?
Vince.
Well, okay. Vince what?
Harris.
And they're riding around in it.
Until I call him.
Okay.
This is the first red flag the detective can see clearly. The question is simple. Where's the car? Henry's answer is anything but. First, he says he'll leave that blank. Then he claims the Impala is with Lil Vince. Then he says Vince is riding around in it. He doesn't have a phone number for Vince. He can't verify any of it. A man whose child has been missing for hours, who claims he spent the night driving the streets, searching for her. And now the car is suddenly with someone else, somewhere else, and he doesn't want to talk about it. The detective files it away. He doesn't push. Not yet.
So let's start out with yesterday.
Yesterday.
Or did you have the kids prior to that? Well,
No, yesterday, Lil Dink wanted to come with me.
Okay, so let's backtrack there. Lil Dink is
Notorious.
okay, and he is
My son.
your son, and that's with
Aisha.
Aisha. And Notorious' last name is.
I don't know what last name she got.
Okay, how do you spell his first name?
Detorious.
And then you
It should
have
be Mosley. Yeah, I'm
Notorious Mosley, and his mother is Aisha Langford.
Aisha Langford.
Okay, and then do you have any other biological?
No, I raised Breasia.
Since how old is she?
My baby.
Okay.
My baby. That's what he calls Breasia. He says he raised her since she was small. He says these are his kids, both of them. He will repeat this throughout the interrogation. These are my kids, bro. These are my eyes. Remember those words. Because what the viewer already knows, and what the detectives don't yet know, is that this man took one of those children into the woods and shot her.
And so, did you pick them up yesterday, or when did you pick them up from Aisha, or how did that exchange go?
Man, I'm trying to stay cool right now. Me and Aisha, I had seen them, and they said they wanted to come and spend time with me.
When do you mean
Yesterday.
Yeah, okay. And where at?
I don't even remember. But they wanted to spend time with me. And, you know me, I'm like, yeah, y'all can spend time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's just like crazy. This is crazy.
So, what time did you see them yesterday?
I don't even remember.
Was it early in the morning, late in the evening?
It was probably around in the afternoon sometime.
Watch the pattern forming. Every time the detective asks when, Henry's answer is the same. I don't remember. I don't know. I'm not sure. He eventually says he picked the kids up from Aisha's mother's house in the afternoon. Then they went to his cousin Vince's house on Taylor Street, where the kids played with other children. Then they all went to Andrea's apartment. But the specifics, what time he picked them up, how long they were at Vince's, what time they got to Andrea's, all of it is fog. This is not a man in shock. A man in shock remembers fragments, vivid details surrounded by blanks. Henry remembers the sequence of events perfectly. He just can't, or won't, attach a single time to any of them. That distinction matters, because time is exactly what the detectives need. Time is what will tell them where Henry actually was when Breasia disappeared.
So you pick them up, bring them back here, or bring them back up. Do you take them straight to your mobile home, or
No.
What you guys do? Just run me through your day.
We went to my
Before you
cousin's
remember.
house. We went down to my cousin's house, and they played with my little cousins, and they wanted to go
What cousin's house was that?
at Vince.
Oh, Vince, okay. And where does he live?
On Taylor,
Taylor and what?
between 5th and 6th.
You know the exact address or no?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I guess they wanted to go to the house, so we went to the house. They started playing the games at the house, and then they took their showers, and then they got into bed. You know, me and Andrew laid down. I got up. I left. Came back.
What time did you leave around?
I don't even remember, sir.
There it is, buried inside a rapid summary of the evening. And me and Andrea laid down, I got up, I left, came back, delivered as though it's nothing. The detective catches it immediately. What time did you leave? And Henry can't say. This is the critical window. Sometime between the children going to bed and the next morning, Henry left the apartment. He says he went to Vince's house, no one answered. He came back, then he left again, went to a quick shop for cigarettes, came back. And at some point, noticed Breasia wasn't in the bed. But here's the problem. He can't say when he left. He can't say when he came back. He can't say when he noticed she was gone. And when the detective tries to narrow it down, Henry resists.
And I had left and came back. And then when I left, I think I went down to little Vince's house, but nobody was there. And when I came back, you know, I did a little look around. I didn't see Bree. No, that wasn't that time. I don't remember. No, that's a lie. That's a bald-faced lie. It wasn't even at that time.
Did you catch that? Henry just corrected himself, out loud, unprompted. No, that's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. He's talking about his own words. He's aware that he almost placed himself at the wrong point in his own timeline. A person telling the truth doesn't need to audit their story in real time. They recall what happened. A person constructing a story does. Because they're managing multiple versions, trying to keep the sequence straight while hiding what actually occurred. The detective doesn't react. He lets it pass. He's still in free narrative mode, still letting Henry build the lie that will eventually collapse under its own weight.
Sorry about that. So, just so I can get this straight, so you pick them up from Aisha's, you go to Vince's house,
Right, they
play with the kids. Then you head up to Andrea's house. Okay. Did you go to your trailer at all?
No.
Okay. And then so you guys go there. You said the kids shower and they get ready for bed, and they sleep in Andrea's room.
Right.
In the same bed together.
Yes.
Yep. And then you and Andrea in the living room. And then at one point you leave in the night. How many hours do you think it was between when you first got there and then you left the apartment?
Probably like about 3-4 hours.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, around
figure.
And so then you leave, but is everyone still in those same like kind of areas when you leave?
No, when I was there.
When you left?
Yeah, when I left, ain't nobody came out of no room.
Yeah, everyone was.
Everybody was still, you know, situated. Notorious was before I left. Notorious was still playing the game, and I went in there, and he said he was done playing the game, so I turned the TV off, and he went to sleep. And then, you know what I'm saying, I went in the living room. Sat around for a while, bored. I'm saying, left, came back. You know what I'm saying?
How long were you gone for?
I don't know, probably I assume 45 minutes to an hour, 30 minutes, I don't know, somewhere around there.
Okay, and then you come back, and then kind of what do you do when you get back? Nothing. Did you like just go to bed, or did
No,
you
I wasn't
stay in the living room?
I was in the living room. I wasn't even
Okay.
tired.
Yeah.
But I walked period like when I was there, you know, so I periodically checked them and make sure it was good in there, because we had the air conditioner on, so I had to unplug it because it gets too cold. So I don't know.
Around
figure.
And so then you leave, but is everyone still in those same like kind of areas when you leave?
No, when I was there.
When you left?
Yeah, when I left, ain't nobody came out of no room.
Yeah, everyone was.
Everybody was still, you know, situated. Notorious was before I left. Notorious was still playing the game, and I went in there, and he said he was done playing the game, so I turned the TV off, and he went to sleep.
So here's what Henry wants the detectives to believe. Both children were safely in bed. Andrea was in the living room. He left, just to go to his cousin's house. No one answered. He came back, then he left again for cigarettes, came back. And sometime after all of that, he discovered Breasia was simply gone. But notice what he's not saying. He's not saying when any of this happened. The detective has now asked for a time frame at least 6 times. Each time Henry deflects.
So, do you remember at what point, or approximately at what point of the night, you realized Bree was gone?
I don't remember what time it was. So
were you sitting around and then kind of like, run me through again of when you noticed she was
Okay,
gone.
like, you know, when I came back the second time, you know.
After being gone for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, I did like a little check, you know, and you know, and she wasn't there.
She wasn't there. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And you don't know what time you got back.
Roughly.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Gotcha.
I don't remember.
And so you get back, and then I mean,
Then
we put a time frame in between at least. Like, are we talking like 10 to 11 at night? Or are we talking like
after hours? It was
like,
probably after hours. It was
like
probably like closer. I don't remember the time. I'm not gonna.
12 to 2.
I didn't even. The reason why I don't remember the time is because I didn't have my phone.
Gotcha. Where was your phone at?
It was sitting right there on the table, and I mean.
What do you mean sitting right there on the table?
It was sitting right there. Well, not on the table. I think it was sitting on a ledge.
In the apartment.
In the apartment.
He just told the detective something critical, and he may not realize it. He says the reason he doesn't know the time is because he didn't have his phone with him when he left the apartment. He left his phone behind. In the middle of the night, in an apartment that isn't his, while 2 children were sleeping. Why would a man leave his phone behind? One explanation is carelessness, but there's another explanation, one that detectives are already considering. Cell phone data tracks location. If Henry left his phone at the apartment while he drove somewhere else, the phone's GPS would show him at home, not where he actually was. Whether that was his intention or not, the result is the same. There is a gap in the night, a window of time where Henry's movements cannot be tracked by his phone. And it's the same window in which Breasia vanished.
And then I left again. I left twice.
And where did you leave for the second time, or what was that?
I think I went to the quick shop. Got a pack of cigarettes or something like that.
So you got back from Quick Shop with the cigarettes, and then what happened after that?
Nothing.
No, well, okay. So but then you got back.
Then like I said, I got back. I don't know what time it was, sir.
Okay, that's fine. We can move past that.
All I know is,
at one point or another, you noticed that Bree is not in the
room.
Okay. And then so, what do you do immediately after you notice Bree's not?
I go outside.
Go outside. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing I did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So the detective lays it out plainly. At some point, you noticed Breasia was gone. What did you do? Henry says he went outside, looked around the apartment complex, got in the car, drove through the nearby streets, went past Family Video, past businesses, up and down the blocks. But when the detective asks the obvious follow-up question, did you stop anywhere? Did you talk to anyone? Did you ask if they'd seen someone? Henry's answer is revealing.
Did you stop at any places?
I don't remember. Okay. I didn't.
Did you talk to anyone when you're out looking?
No, I was just looking. You know what I'm saying? Just looking. I've been through the whole area. Almost all of this area. Almost.
So what ones have you not been to?
I haven't went over there by Castlewood. I haven't went over there. I haven't went over Western E-Mines over there.
Well, no. So this is 53rd.
Oh, no, okay.
This is a apartment complex.
I thought this was the whole.
No.
Okay, yeah. I mean.
So you went through all these streets.
I drove all through here, all around through there. I mean, I don't hit Brady, Harrison, fucking. I mean, I just, the furthest I went is all the way down. Just like
all the way down where?
Like all the way downtown. Just like, you know what I'm saying. When you circle one area, you know what I'm saying. You gotta just continue to go through every area.
Mm-hmm.
I've been everywhere, man. I'm not going to say where and what streets.
Okay.
I just know I've been all through here.
And did you stop at any? Did you go inside while you're looking? Did you go stop anywhere and talk to anyone, ask them if they've seen someone? Do you remember any places that you did that with?
No, I didn't do that.
You didn't do that? Okay.
I just moved around.
Okay. So you were strictly in your car the entire time?
Moving around.
Okay. In the Impala, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He searched for hours. A 10-year-old girl, his child, by his own words, is missing in the middle of the night. And he didn't knock on a single door. He didn't walk into a single store. He didn't speak to a single person. He didn't call 911. He just drove in circles. Alone. That's not a search. That's a man running out the clock, waiting for morning, waiting for someone else to make the call, waiting for the window to close. And it would have worked if the detectives hadn't started asking about the car. Up to this point, the detective has been patient. He's let Henry talk, let him wander through his story, let him say, "I don't remember," more than a dozen times without pushing back. That was deliberate. The detective was building a map, cataloging every claim Henry made, every detail he committed to, every gap he refused to fill. Now the questions get sharper, and they start with the car.
And then, so how is your car not here? You know what I mean?
I came straight here.
I get that, but the car that you were driving was the Impala, and the Impala's not here.
I didn't say I was driving the Impala.
Well, you came in the Impala.
I never said I was driving the Impala.
So you left the apartments in the Impala, right?
Yes.
Okay. So at what point did you not have the Impala anymore?
What do that got to do with the Impala?
There it is. What did that got to do with the Impala? A 10-year-old girl is missing, and the man who is responsible for her doesn't want to explain where his car is. The detective tries again. He makes it clear he's not interested in a driving charge. He's interested in the car, because Henry left the apartment in the Impala, and now the Impala isn't at the station.
I mean,
because you left there in a vehicle, and that's.
I mean, I'm not trying to make it harder on you.
Yeah, I get it.
But I mean, literally, as for the situation with the driving aspect, you know,
I'm not looking for the driving. I'm looking for the car.
I'm keeping that solo with the.
No, that's fine. I'm more concerned about the car.
I mean, if you want to check the car, you can check the car.
Yeah, we would like to do that.
Yes,
probably,
you can,
yeah.
without a problem.
Where is the car currently?
It's reachable.
It's reachable. Not it's parked outside, not it's at my trailer. Reachable. As though the car is an abstract concept rather than a physical object in a specific location. The detective presses, Henry deflects.
It also helps just make me understand your route that you took, because you had the car and then you didn't. I just want to know where that transition took place.
It's reachable, bro. I just say it like that.
But you don't want to talk about how you eventually switched vehicles, or
never switched. I mean, that was like, I ain't switched no vehicles.
Okay.
Why would I switch a vehicle?
But then, so someone else was with you in the car?
But why would I switch vehicles? Where do you get to switch vehicles at?
Because, so the Impala, you left the apartment, okay? And then now you're here at the station, but the Impala's not here.
It's around. I'll say it that way. It's around.
Okay.
It's around.
Around the block somewhere.
It's around.
Okay.
He parked the car around the block. He walked the last stretch to the police station on foot. Think about that. A man comes to the police station voluntarily to help with a missing child case, and he parks his car around the corner so the police won't see it. There's only one reason to do that. He doesn't want them near that car. Not yet. Not until he's ready. Not until he controls the terms. The detective knows exactly what this means. This is a man who is managing a crime scene on wheels, but the detective doesn't confront him with that. Not yet. He pivots to the next piece of evidence.
And so would you be fine if we downloaded the phone to have the call logs and the text?
For what reason?
To corroborate everything here about the call logs and the text. It helps everyone out.
Download my phone.
To get the call logs to show that those calls were made at those certain times.
I can show you my phone. I can just show you my phone.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? You want to see, I can just show you my phone. I mean, I can just open up my phone and let you go on my phone.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What's the passcode to your phone?
Just give me my phone and I'll open it up for you.
Okay. Well, you'll open up right in front of me?
Right, yeah, I'll open it right here. Cool.
Watch the shift. Up to now, Henry has been cooperative on the surface, rambling, vague, but not hostile. The moment the detective asks to download the phone, everything changes. He won't give the passcode. He'll open it himself. He'll let them look, but only while he watches, only what he decides to show. This is not cooperation. This is control. And the detective knows why it matters, because downloading the phone means access to everything. Search history, GPS data, deleted messages, timestamps, the things Henry can't curate, the things he can't explain away.
Think of any? Or mark any? No?
No, I ain't marking them, but I'm just looking at the whole thing.
Okay.
Oh, my fucking stomach.
Thank you, son.
Why Why are you looking at me to do my password?
Well, that's what I asked.
No, I said I will open it for you.
Yeah,
but
I'm
not going to give you my password.
Okay.
I will open it for you so you can look at my phone, but I'm not going to give you my password.
Okay. And then you're just going to lock it?
Yes, right after you finish looking.
Yeah.
I will let you look in there. I have no problem with you looking.
Okay.
That's something I don't have no problem.
Okay.
Man, what the fuck is it? My mind ain't not even on my phone.
You recently got this phone too, though, right? Yeah.
No, I had this phone for a minute, but
I thought, just a new phone number?
yeah, no, this number.
Because you said you didn't know it. That's what I was told.
I don't know my number. All I know is 72726.
Right.
Why you still watching? I don't want to open it then, bro.
You know?
Not if you're staring into me while I'm trying to get my number.
What I'm doing is I'm making sure that you're not going in and deleting anything. That's what my concern is.
Why would I delete something?
You never know with guys. Trust me.
No.
It happens.
I mean, as soon as I open it, I'll give it to you.
Sounds good.
So you can look at it.
Yep.
It makes me nervous. A 10-year-old girl is missing, possibly dead, and the man who last saw her is nervous about a detective watching him unlock his phone. He eventually opens it. He lets the detective look, briefly. Call logs, a few texts, a "Good night, Mom" message from Breasia to Aisha, sent the night before from Henry's phone, but that's all he wants to show. When the detective asks again about downloading the phone, getting the full data extraction, Henry pulls back.
So that's the reason why I said I will open it for you.
Gotcha.
I just don't want nobody all in my phone. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it don't matter, but I just don't like people.
Well, it does. It does matter.
No, you missing what I'm saying.
Okay.
When I say it don't matter, when I say that, I'm saying like, you know what I'm saying? If you right here in my presence, you can do what the heck you want with my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to know what you're doing with my phone.
Okay.
That's all.
Gotcha.
I mean, it ain't nothing that I'm hiding in my phone or anything like that. That is not. I would like, if you like, okay, let's connect it to something. Okay, I want to see what you're doing with my phone. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
nothing,
I mean, to be able to download, we would need the passcode, but
like I said,
which just helps speed up any suspicion we would have of you.
But I don't understand how I got suspicious with my own kids, man. These are my kids.
No,
you know what I'm saying? I mean,
I'm just saying it would clear any suspicion, right?
Listen, I mean, I know you know your job. You know what I'm saying? And I know what you have to do. I know what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have no issues with that, period. But these are my kids, bro.
Mm-hmm.
These are my kids. You know what I'm saying? These are mine.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing to hide in my phone. He says it 3 times, nothing at all. He's lying. When investigators later obtain a warrant and extract the phone's data, they find search history related to illegal content involving minors. The specifics are too disturbing to detail here, but the searches connect directly to the demographic of the victim, a 10-year-old girl. Henry Dinkins wasn't just hiding his whereabouts that night, he was hiding who he was. And who he was, something the detectives didn't yet know sitting in that interview room, was a registered sex offender. His first offense dated back to 1990, when he was 17 years old. Aisha Langford, the mother of his son, the woman who trusted him with her children, did not know this. While Henry is sitting in the interview room, other detectives are working the outside of this case. They're pulling surveillance footage, they're canvassing the apartment complex, they're tracing the Impala's route, and one detail keeps coming back: the shoes. When officers first made contact with Henry at Andrea's apartment that morning, he was wearing one pair of footwear. By the time he arrived at the police station, he was wearing different boots. This seems minor. It isn't. Because later in the investigation, after the search warrants, after the phone extraction, after the car is located, detectives will piece together what actually happened that night. And the shoes tell the story. Henry didn't spend the night driving through Davenport looking for Breasia. He drove to a wooded area outside of the city, roughly 20 miles away, near DeWitt in Clinton County. The terrain out there is rural, unpaved, muddy. His car got stuck. He had to walk out. His shoes were caked with evidence of where he'd been. So before he came to the police station, he changed them.
Did you go back to your mobile home at all?
Yes, me and Lil Dink went down there.
You, this morning?
Yeah. Once we once we was looking, you know what I'm saying? We got to looking, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I needed to grab, what was it that I grabbed up out of there? I think it was a couple dollars, whatever it was that I needed. Some money.
He went back to his trailer. He says it was to grab a few dollars for gas. But this is the same trailer where, after his arrest, investigators will execute a search warrant and find bleach and a machete inside. He didn't go back for gas money. He went back to change, to clean, to prepare for the performance he was about to give at the police station. The performance of a man who spent all night searching for his missing daughter. But there's one more piece of this timeline the detective hasn't addressed yet, and it's the most damning.
She said, I'm gonna call somebody to come out there to Andrea's apartment. I said, okay, you know what I'm saying? So we went out there. When the dude approached, you know what I'm saying?
The dude as in?
The officer.
Okay.
Then,
So did you call 911?
No, she did. I told her I was gonna go to the police station at first. She said, no, let's go to the apartment. You know what I'm saying? So I said, well, we can call at the apartment. You know what I'm saying? And Aisha was like, because first I'm thinking like, she ain't really missing. You know what I mean? Something, you know what I'm saying? Maybe something, I don't know. But once it really set in that can't nobody find her, that's when it hit me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, she's missing.
She ain't really missing. That's what he says. Hours have passed. The girl is gone from her bed. He's been driving around the city, or so he claims. And his position is she probably isn't really missing. He never called 911, not once. Aisha did. Aisha, who was at work, who had to leave her shift, who had to drive across town. She made the call. Not Henry. Not the man who was in the apartment, not the man who discovered the empty bed. And when the officer arrived, it was Aisha who had the information. The picture, the description, the contacts. Henry had nothing. No photo of Breasia, no details about what she was wearing, no phone numbers for family members. The detective asks him one final question before stepping out of the room.
What do you think happened?
Big bro, I don't even know. I mean, I'm not going to even try to even put a thumb on it, a finger on it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say something that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because our communication was good all day.
With Bree?
With both.
With both as in?
Dink and Bree.
Yeah.
Both my kids been A1 all day.
Okay.
A1 all day, bro.
And then?
All day, A1.
Mm-hmm.
A 1 all day. Both kids were perfect all day. No problems, no arguments, no reason for anything to go wrong. He repeats it 3 times as though saying it louder makes it more true. But notice what he doesn't do. He doesn't speculate. He doesn't theorize. He doesn't say maybe she wandered off or maybe someone took her. He offers nothing. Because every theory he could offer would invite questions that lead closer to the truth. So he gives the detective the only safe answer, I don't know.
Well, I can assure you there's a bunch of people right now with the department going out there. We're trying to do what we can.
I hope, pray to God that they find my baby. You know what I mean? Because we need her home.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
We need her home.
Yep.
Pray to God that they find my baby. He knows they won't, because he knows exactly where she is. And as the detective steps out of the room to confer with his team, the investigation is about to shift. What began as a missing child case is now something else entirely. The car he's hiding, the phone he won't surrender, the shoes he changed, the timeline he can't explain. The 911 call he never made. Every thread leads back to the same man, sitting in the same chair, saying the same words over and over. I don't remember. I don't know. These are my kids. The detectives don't have enough to charge him. Not yet, but they have enough to know. And the evidence that will ultimately break this case open won't come from Henry Dinkins. It will come from his 8-year-old son. After the interrogation, Henry Dinkins walks out of the police station. He is not charged. There isn't enough. Not yet. But he doesn't walk free for long. Within days, investigators discover that Henry is a registered sex offender and that he has been violating the terms of his probation. He is arrested on those unrelated charges and placed behind bars. He will stay there while the investigation continues around him. And what follows is a 9-month search, not just for Breasia Terrell, but for the evidence needed to prove what the detectives already believe. In the days after the interrogation, the pieces begin falling into place, slowly, then all at once. Detectives locate the Impala. It was parked exactly where Henry didn't want them to find it, close to the station, tucked out of sight. They execute a search warrant. Inside, they find evidence consistent with the car having traveled through rural terrain. They execute a second warrant on Henry's trailer, the mobile home on Schmidt Road he couldn't provide an address for. Inside, they find bleach and a machete. They extract the data from his phone. The search history confirms their worst suspicions. Queries related to illegal content involving minors. The detectives don't need to guess at motive anymore. And then there are the surveillance cameras. Footage from the area around Andrea's apartment shows Henry's Impala leaving in the early morning hours, not circling the neighborhood, not searching nearby streets. Leaving, heading out of the city, witness testimony fills in the rest. Andrea Culberson, Henry's girlfriend, tells investigators that she woke up around 3 a.m. to use the bathroom. Henry was not in the apartment. Breasia was not in the apartment. About 30 minutes later, Henry came back inside briefly to grab something. Andrea looked out the window, and she saw Breasia standing outside next to the car, alive. That is the last time anyone other than Henry Dinkins saw Breasia Terrell alive. The investigation fans out across the region. Hundreds of tips pour in. Search teams comb the area. On foot, by water, with dogs, with drones. The FBI joins the effort. Flyers with Breasia's face go up across the Quad Cities and beyond. Months pass. July becomes August. August becomes fall. Fall becomes winter. And then, March 2021, 9 months after Breasia disappeared.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Paul Sikorsky, and I'm the police chief here in Davenport. And last Monday, the Davenport Police Department was contacted by the Clinton County Sheriff's Department in regarding to the discovery of human remains near 270th Avenue near DeWitt.
DeWitt, Iowa, a small town roughly 20 miles east of Davenport, Clinton County, a wooded area off a rural road, the kind of place you don't end up by accident. Fishermen found the remains near a pond. The body was badly decomposed, 9 months in the elements. But the investigators knew. They had been searching Clinton County since August based on cell tower data and witness accounts that placed Henry's Impala heading in that direction the night Breasia vanished. They ordered an autopsy, and then they waited for the DNA.
An autopsy on the remains was conducted by the Division of Criminal Investigation, and we have received confirmation that the remains are those of Breasia Terrell.
9 months. That's how long Aisha Langford waited, not knowing if her daughter was alive, not knowing if she would ever see her again, not knowing what happened in those hours between "good night, Mom" and silence. The autopsy confirmed what investigators suspected. Breasia Terrell was killed by gunshot wounds. She was 10 years old.
As you know, Breasia's been missing since July 10th from our city. This news is heartbreaking to both Breasia's family and our Davenport community. Our deepest sympathies and heartfelt prayers are with all of those who are affected by this tragic loss. As this case turns from a missing child to a homicide investigation, we know our community is anxious for information regarding the investigation and any charges that may be forthcoming. We also understand the desire to see the perpetrator of this crime brought to justice.
Watch the police chief. This is a man who has led this investigation for 9 months. He has stood at podiums before, asking for the public's help, holding out hope. Now he is standing here confirming the outcome no one wanted. He can barely get through the statement. His voice cracks on the word confirmation. He pauses mid-sentence, collects himself, and pushes forward. This wasn't just a case for the Davenport Police Department. This was personal.
Can you talk a little bit about what your investigators are going through today? Where are they at? It's obvious that you've been deeply affected by this. Can you talk about that team and what they're going through?
Yeah, I think there'll be a time where we'll be able to share some of those things, maybe in a little more intimate setting. But I can tell you, they're affected by this as well. Deeply, It's a 10-year-old girl.
Henry Dinkins is charged with murder in the first degree and kidnapping in the first degree. The case moves toward trial. And during those proceedings, the prosecution calls a witness that no one in that courtroom will forget. His name is Victorious. He is Henry Dinkins' biological son. Breasia Terrell's half-brother. He was 8 years old the night Breasia disappeared. By the time he takes the stand, he is 11. He is being asked to testify about what he saw his father do.
You just don't want to answer, do you?
I do, but you're...
What do you recall?
What do I recall?
You obviously recall that Andrea wasn't there, so you recall facts. What do you recall?
Us three there.
Us three, Henry, Breasia, and Victorious, at a location in the woods, the same location where Breasia's body was found 9 months later. Andrea wasn't there. No one else was there. Just a father and 2 children in the middle of the night, miles from anyone who could help. The defense attorney presses. He's trying to break the boy's testimony. But what comes next cannot be unheard.
At the location where Breasia was killed?
Yes.
Okay. You didn't testify to that today. Right?
Yes.
Because that's not true, right?
If you say it's not true.
I'm asking you.
I guess.
I guess, or either it is or it isn't. Either you were there when she was killed or you weren't.
I said, I guess.
I don't accept that answer, sir. Either you were there when she was shot or you weren't.
I was there. Damn.
So you were there.
Yes.
You saw your dad shoot Breasia Terrell.
Yes.
There is nothing to add to this. An 11-year-old boy, under oath, under cross-examination by his own father's defense attorney, pressured, challenged, told his account isn't true, and he does not break. He does not recant. He says what he saw. I was there. Yes, I saw my dad shoot. This is the testimony of a child who was forced to carry this truth for 3 years. Who was in that car? Who was in those woods? Who saw what his father did to the girl he grew up calling his sister? Henry Dinkins sat in that interrogation room and told the detective, "Both my kids been A1 all day." He said, "These are my kids and these are my eyes." He said, "Pray to God that they find my baby." One of those children was already dead. The other was sitting right next to him, carrying the weight of what he'd witnessed, and Henry brought him along for the ride, to the search, to McDonald's, to the police station, as though nothing had happened. There is one more detail the investigation uncovered. While Henry was in jail awaiting trial, a cellmate reported that Henry made a statement that the body would never be found. He was wrong. Breasia was found, the DNA was confirmed, and his own son told the world what happened. Henry Dinkins waived his right to a jury trial. His fate would be decided by a judge alone, a bench trial. On September 15, 2023, the court delivered its verdict, guilty on both counts, murder in the first degree, kidnapping in the first degree.
The court file reflects that on September 15th of 2023, this court found the defendant guilty under count 1 of murder in the first degree in violation of Iowa Code Section 707.2, paren 1, paren A, and under count 2 of kidnapping first degree in violation of Iowa Code Section 710.2. The court at that time did order that a pre-sentence investigation report be prepared, and this matter was continued until today's date and time for sentencing.
Your Honor, relative to the court's finding of guilt on count 1 to the charge of murder in the first degree, the state recommends that Mr. Dinkins be committed to the Director of Adult Corrections for an indeterminate, well, for essentially life with parole. It's very sad. I mean, it's extremely sad. And you consider those circumstances, but then we stop and consider the circumstances involving Mr. Dinkins, particularly as it relates to his relationship with Aisha Langford, his relationship with Breasia Terrell, and even the fact that his youngest son was the brother of Breasia. Mr. Dinkins took advantage of a situation that no mother could have conceived would have happened.
The prosecutor is right. No mother could have conceived it. Aisha Langford let her children go with a man she had known for years, the father of her son, a man who called Breasia his baby. She was at work. Her mother was watching the older child. Henry said he'd take the 2 younger ones for the night. It was supposed to be a sleepover. It was supposed to be normal. What Aisha didn't know, what she couldn't have known, was that Henry Dinkins was a registered sex offender, that his phone contained evidence of an obsession with minors, that the man she trusted with her children had already decided what he was going to do. Before the judge hands down the sentence, Aisha Langford stands. She has prepared a victim impact statement. She addresses Henry Dinkins directly.
Broke my trust and emotions I had the day you took my baby girl from me and just gunned her down like she was nothing and left her and never said a word at all. It's really painful that a statement could bring so much anger. I have a number of questions for you, Henry Dinkins, surrounding that night that played through my mind every day. Did she want me? Was she scared? Did she see those gunshots coming? Did you shoot her while she was trying to get away? Did she scream for help? Did she beg you to stop? Did you see in her face when she realized she was shot the first time? What was her last words? Did you stay and watch my baby die? How long did she suffer? Did you watch the life leave from her beautiful hazel eyes? What did you do to my son? Why? Do you know the answers to any of these questions I asked, huh? Henry Dinkins, while you sit in this courtroom as if this shit don't hurt you, watching you during these proceedings. That isn't right. You sit there with smiles and chatter during sensitive things and then tried to speak to me when you never once spoke to me after July 14, 2020. You remember.
Henry Dinkins does not respond. He has not responded at any point during these proceedings. He sat through his own trial the way he sat through his interrogation, quiet, detached, occasionally smiling when the gravity of the room demanded anything but. Aisha's questions will never be answered. What happened in those woods, the exact sequence, the exact moment, only 2 people know. One of them is dead, the other will never speak. And then there is Victorious, the 8-year-old boy who was there, who saw it happen, who was brought back to the apartment afterward and put on the couch, who rode in the car with his father the next morning as Henry pretended to search for the sister he had already killed. Aisha asked, "What did you do to my son?" She wasn't asking about a bullet. She was asking about the thing that no sentence can fix. The damage done to a child who was made a witness to the murder of someone he loved by the person he trusted most. The judge delivers the sentence. On count 1, murder in the first degree, Henry Earl Dinkins is sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. On count 2, kidnapping in the first degree, he is sentenced to life in prison. The sentences are to run consecutively. Henry Dinkins will die in prison. The defense maintained throughout the trial that the investigation was biased, that witnesses were coached, that the evidence was circumstantial, that the state failed to prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt. The judge disagreed. The evidence told a story that Henry Dinkins spent 3 years trying to bury. The surveillance footage, the phone data, the bleach in his trailer, the car stuck in the mud, the shoes he changed, the 911 call he never made, and ultimately, the testimony of his own son, who looked at a defense attorney and said, under oath, under pressure, I was there, I saw my dad shoot. Breasia Terrell was 10 years old. She had long dreads that fell to the middle of her back. She had beautiful hazel eyes. She liked playing video games with her brother. The night before she died, she used Henry's phone to text her mother. "Good night, Mom." Those were the last words her mother ever received from her. Henry Dinkins called Breasia my baby. He told the detective she was A1 all day. He said he raised her since she was small. He said he prayed to God they'd find her. He knew exactly where she was. He put her there. Breasia Terrell deserved to grow up. She deserved to come home from that sleepover. She deserved a mourning. Not a search, not a press conference, not a courtroom. She deserved more time. She was 10.